Hey, this is Kim Miller from Scarpa, here to talk to you about some of our new boots. I'm here with some of the boys from BackcountrySkiingCanada.com, and we're skiing with Park City Powder Cats here in the Uintas. It's an awesome day out here, you guys. I'm sorry you're not with me. Well, maybe not that sorry, but anyhow, hey, listen, we've got some new boots coming out next year that you really want to check out. We're basically redoing the Maestrale and the Maestrale RS. These are what the new boots look like. We've been skiing them all day and the crew is loving it. We've been testing these boots and skiing on them for about the last year and a half, and I think we've really refined the boot to exactly what we wanted. We're trying to kind of follow the trends of what backcountry skiers are looking for, and the idea that people are wanting a boot that they can, one boot that they can do just about everything with. So we've kind of tuned up the stiffness of the boots. I'll talk about the Maestrale RS to start with. This is basically a very similar boot to what those of you who use the RS right now are familiar with, but there's a bunch of changes that aren't so obvious. Let me start with the material, because that's really the big innovation here. So we've moved to using Grilamid in this boot, and as you can see there's two different colors, and actually the white part is the standard Grilamid, but in the back we're using a Grilamid that is infused with short fibers of carbon. We call it long fiber technology, and the Grilamid LFT, as we call it, has increased the stiffness of this boot and reduced the weight, which is a really important feature here. So when you look at the structure of a boot and where you start to see the stress risers, usually the attachment of the scafo, the foot of the boot, to the cuff is where we see a lot of the energy that comes into the boot when you're turning and trying to roll a ski onto edge. Well, because the foot part of this boot is much stiffer, it really transfers the energy to your ski a lot quicker and much more efficiently. We've actually raised the flex rating on this boot to 130, and most people agree that we're right in that range. Granted, when we rate a boot that has a ski walk mechanism and it's a backcountry boot, we use a little different criteria, and our ratings are generally just used to compare within our boot line, but I think the consensus is this is really a much stiffer boot than what we saw with the previous model. The other things that I want to show you is we've taken off one of the buckles here on the forefoot. We're now using a Z-pulley system style buckle, which is one attachment on the lower part of the foot, and the buckle allows us to take weight off the boot, the single buckle. The cable system here is self-equalizing, so it feels like two buckles even though you've only got one buckle. And you'll notice that the lever's now on top of the foot, so if you boot around in your boot a lot and you're kicking around in talus and rocks, walking, hiking, climbing, you're going to notice your buckles are going to last a lot longer. The other thing that we've done a lot of work with is the ski walk mechanism. Totally frictionless now, much greater range of motion. The ski walk mechanism is one of the trickier features of any boot that we're trying to make with a ski and walk kind of motion and mode, and this is proven to be really, really efficient. We like the friction-free mode because it reduces the energy that it takes to flex the boot when you're walking and climbing, and it folds up very nicely right under the pant leg so it doesn't get in your way when you are walking in talus or just kicking around. The other thing that you'll notice is that we still use the middle strap here. We refer to this as the heel retention strap. This is a great feature because I can keep the forefoot and the heel locked down in the boot, release the closure system on the top, and it's an amazing walk mode. You really feel like you're hiking in a hiking boot at that point. Still going with a super nice Intuition liner. It's a thermomoldable, very warm, very comfortable. Pretty similar to the old one, but we've kind of hot rodded it a little bit, and we're really pleased with this boot. I think you guys are going to love it. If you like the Maestrale RS and you're looking for a little more power, this is the boot to check out. And I really do believe this is what we're bridging into now, is kind of a backcountry freeride boot, but a lot of people are skiing this on the hill. So the only thing that's going to limit the use of this boot is your imagination, as far as I can tell. The brother to the Maestrale RS is the standard Maestrale. This is actually the most popular AT boot in the world right now. We've done the same thing. We've increased the stiffness from 100 to 110. We've added the same buckle system here, which is a really nice feature. You have to play with this a little bit to see how it really feels. Again, same ski walk mechanism. We're talking about 10% lighter than the previous one, and it is 10% stiffer as well. I think really between these two boots you're going to find something that's going to suit all your needs for backcountry skiing and hard charging in the backcountry as well. We do the same kind of boots for the women and in the Jaya and the JRS. They're specifically women's boots. They're made on a women's last. The liner's specifically made for women, and they've been customized to the anatomy of a woman. So the cuff is a little bit lower in the back to make it a little more comfortable for a women's leg and the structure of the woman's leg. But we've not changed the flex. We think that women want to ski in a boot that's just as stiff as their male counterparts, and there's a lot of hard charging women out there. So when you get a chance, get into the store, get in the mags, get on the website, check it out. These things are awesome. You're going to love them. Be safe out there. See you next time. Bye.